Is this thing on? Welcome everybody to the Indie Pod podcast. I'm your host, Super Joe Pardo, and this week I have an amazing guest who's been doing amazing things in the amazing world of fish. No, it'll get better. I promise. It'll definitely get better. As soon as my camera decides to focus in on here. So I am super honored to have this awesome guest join me today. Our brand color apparently is purple this week. So that's why it's purple under us. Let's see. So we're going to talk about a fun topic this week that we're all about great promotional ideas that wang. Oh my God, I can't even talk. That wound up failing, flopping, and not going out the way that we had hoped. And I thought it'd be a fun topic so we could get some levity in the chat, here in our Indie Pod Facebook group, and just in the podcast in general, because it's been a little hectic. It's been a couple of decades in just a couple of weeks, as I would definitely think. So I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for this episode, which is brought to you by Podbean. Podbean is an easy and powerful way to start podcasting. They give you all the tools you need for a successful podcast, such as unlimited podcast hosting, podcast distribution, monetization options for podcasts of any size, and live stream podcasting capabilities. Sign up today at podbean.com. That's podbean.com. Couple of updates I want to talk about this week. I'll get into some icon updates and news going on with the world and the way things are going and our impending conference in September. And the fact that we have a social media for podcasters conference going on next Saturday that is totally free, happening right in the Indie Pod group on Facebook. So if you go to indiepodcon.com/group, you can join the conversation there leading up to the conference. We're still accepting speakers and we are looking for sponsors. So if you would like to sponsor the event, you absolutely can go to indiepodcon.com/virtual and click on the sponsors kit button right there. The sponsor kits start at, or sponsor packages start right at $75 for the event. So at this time, I need everybody in the Indie Pod podcast group to give a big, warm super clap in the chats for our guest this week, Clay Groves. Everybody, woo!
Hey, glad I'm here. I'm making sure that I don't breathe too much on my microphone and get my computer sick today. So no viruses in my computer.
Yeah, absolutely. That would not be good.
Yeah, very bad.
Clay, why don't you give a quick synopsis of you and the Fish Nerds brand and all of that? And I'm Facebook sharing here.
All right, let me take a chance here and clear my face out. All right, I'm Clay Groves, Chief Executive Fish Nerd, licensed fishing guide, and everyone's best friend, and host of the world famous New York Times best-selling podcast, the Fish Nerds podcast. And I'm super excited to be joining you. Joe, I met you, when you first started out back in Boston years ago. There was an event going on during Pride Week that Jared Easley put on before Podcast Moon was running even. It was like way back in the day. And you drove up New Jersey promoting the first MapCon event. And you were there, and there was a handful of other podcasters who I feel like we kind of grew up with. Like, I feel like our podcast grew up together to like in a lot of ways, like almost like we're podcast siblings. So I'm super excited to be here. Anyway, I make the Fish Nerds. I love making a podcast. I see, by the way, Harry Duran is watching us, so that's nervous because he's like royalty. Yeah, I know. Harry, how's it going? But I'm excited to be here. I've been making podcasts now for 250 plus episodes, 7 or 8 years now into it, and I still have no idea what I'm doing, why I'm doing it at all. And I love doing it a lot. Maybe because my wife is tired of me talking so much, and the pod world says keep talking, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep talking.
I'm still sharing out the out the stuff and doing watch parties. Watch parties are apparently how you get a ton of viewership. Oh no, you're. Oh wait. Oh, because I have it open. That's why all of a sudden I was wondering. I was like hearing you. I'm like, oh no, why am I hearing you through my speakers? That's not right.
Because you're watching yourself watch the watch party, Joe. I can see it
You
on.
have to do all of these things to make this go forward. Like, and then you have Joe Hello with Facebook users. So you need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook.
Right. The person saying hello, his name is Azuka Zook.
Oh,
And
what's up?
yeah.
How I'm not seeing. I didn't see where that comment came
Well,
from.
that's because I have it open on my iPhone and I can see what's happening, even though you can't. So I'm watching. I'm watching it too.
My iPad. I'm gonna open it on my iPad.
Yeah, Chris Hollifield's watching too from the I Am Salt Lake podcast.
Yeah, what's up, Chris?
Yeah, I love that guy. Best beard in the business.
Oh yeah,
so pretty, so pretty.
Beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we jump in, right? Oh yes, the Zook. Let's see. So I this week I was supposed to be announcing. I was supposed to be coming here live onto Facebook Live and announcing the speakers for Icon 6 in September 2020. Well, here we are. I'm actually not going to be doing that tonight, unfortunately. So if you are waiting for your submission, it's still being worked out. We're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do.
If you can.
If I can host an event in person, I don't know if I will or won't. We're kind of just taking it day by day and waiting and see. I did, however, extend for anyone who didn't notice, because in light of all this, I did extend the. Oh, that's the wrong screen.
But it looked cool.
Yeah, right. I did extend the speaker submissions till the end of April 30th. So you have until the end of this month to get your speaker submissions in. So you just go to indiepodcon.com/apply and you can apply to speak at the event. I'm hoping that it's in person. If it goes virtualized, it's okay. We're doing plenty of virtual events like the one that's scrolling down at the below you at indiepodcon.com/virtual.
Can I just say, Joe, like your virtual podcast conferences that you've been putting on like every other weekend for the last few weeks have been unfreaking believably good. Like the content, the quality, and of course the price. Free is good price, but it's good enough where we worth paying for. Like it's really excellent stuff, and you throw it together like in nothing, like in no time. And I've been to your MapCom events. This is before you had the Indie Podcast Conference as a speaker, and had a great time. And people I've met there, I'm still friends with today. People like Nick Goldbrish, who's watching right now. Yep, and he just wrapped up his 200 episode podcast finally.
He did. He did. He was a little short of that goal, but I mean, close enough. I was on 178, I think, or 179. He said he got to. So
yeah, but if he counts all his mini episodes, he's well over the 200. He just doesn't count everything he does. But either way, he did a great. It's a great conference. I'm not going this year because I am an at-risk person, so I cannot travel until they figure out a cure for the COVID disease. But I plan on going next year if there's treatments.
Yes, that is true. So we aren't really sure. Like, I don't know. I think it's still too early. I think like in perfect honesty, it'll probably be late May or sometime in June before I make a final decision on whether or not there'll be an actual in-person event. And it might not be as big as I had aspired to do this.
It might not be your decision.
Well, that too, right? So it might not be my decision about whether or not it can be as big, right? Because they might be like, well, conferences are okay as long as it's under 50 people or under 100 people. I'm interested in doing it. I don't know if everyone's interested in getting together. And at that point, like I just have to make a call whether or not we'll go virtual, and we'll take the same outline that we've used in the in-person events in September and fit it into like Zoom calls and stuff like that.
Is it still a single track conference? Yeah,
Yes, it'll
and that means, for those who don't know, it means it's one speaker after the next. We're all in the same room together. We all get to experience the same stuff, and it's fantastic. Like such a great conference. Like I love like the big conferences, like what's that big podcast movement, but
yeah.
something more tight, more family, and more real personal about what you do, Joe. So it's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like to think that it you know, has my you know, imprint on it, and that's how I like to lead from that perspective of bringing people together,
And
hanging
you
out.
get to go to New Jersey.
Yeah, right. And Philadelphia. Hey, Philly is a great place. I don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is. It is. I absolutely love my city.
I'm glad.
Do. Not enough to start a podcast around it, but I do love it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, who's that just jumped in and said hi, Joe?
Michael Wolf.
Michael Wolf. Oh, hey, Michael Wolf. How are you? I'm not even seeing it in the like I'm trying to see it here on the iPad, and I'm not. I can't even see it because it's all bright, but it's not even showing me there either.
I'll help you out.
It's a shame. I appreciate it. That's why you need a good co-pilot, especially in podcasting and in fishing. So let's talk about let's talk about some promotional ideas that didn't work out for you. I only can think of one, but it wasn't a spectacular fail or anything. It's just nobody cared.
so well, that's no one caring about a thing you're doing is we in the business called failing, and it happens all the time. So I've been doing this for CoronaCon, where all the cool kids
that's what we're doing it for, right? Like
yeah. But we all fail all the time, and that's how we learn. I'm going to say my first fails have been things I spent the most money on. So when you first start podcasting, you realize the hardest, most painful lesson we all learn is that nobody listens to our show. Like that's the number one lesson you're going to learn when you put your first like 20 episodes out and you realize 15 people have downloaded your show. Oh, I hate your new toy, Joe.
Right? Isn't it awesome? Like we got sound effects now for all my life. How great is that?
It's so good. And so the first thing you do is you put you do social media stuff. Logo embroidered fish bandanas. Brent, you like this?
I should have got mine. Oh, yeah. Mine is up. It's up. I knew where it was when my office was downstairs. I think I know where it is now, but it would take a little bit to dig it out.
That's okay. You might need it for public access to get out in the community.
Yeah.
I'm very well branded. By the way, I might also talk about this right now. So these are from a company called Hoorag, and I thought I'd make these things and I'd make dozens of dollars. The unit cost on these bandanas is $10 a piece, Joe.
Whoa.
I know, because it has my logo on it. It looks great. Breathable fabric, keeps me getting sunburn, all that stuff. And next thing you know, I'm out. I needed 50 of them. I put them as a Patreon promotion, and I'm out $500. I don't make $500 on Patreon. Like, what am I? Why am I doing that?
Speaking of Patreon, you should totally subscribe to Patreon. You get cool stickers.
Yeah, and so I learned, by the way, this is off topic, but what I learned on Patreon is start giving away things that are free, as opposed to swag and hats and all that stuff, because spending up all your income on swag. But now I give away ringtones to my show in decals, which are relatively inexpensive. But my first big fails, Joe, were spending money on social media promotions.
Brent says right now you can probably turn a profit. Not sure you could sleep at night though.
That's true. That's true. The trick. I'm sold out of swag this year for the first time ever. I actually sold. I know it's been 8 years of selling it, and this year everyone wants it, and I don't have any left. And I only order locally. I get everything local, and all my shops are closed. So.
Hey, but it sets you up for the future. You know what I mean? Like
that scares me.
Well, yeah, we'll go up, and then you'll be like, "Oh, remember that $10 bandana? Now it's like $40."
I know. Someday, I got my own breathe marks in it. So anyway, my first big fails, Joe, are spending money on social media, trying to boost posts, spending money on advertising on social media, especially Facebook. I will
Yeah.
never give Facebook another dollar. And I spend a lot of time on like the podcasting groups, and every other day someone posts, how do I boost an ad, or how do I do an ad on Facebook to get more downloads to my show? And everyone gives all kinds of advice, and I always say, don't do it. Don't do it. I've never seen one example where someone spent $30 on a Facebook ad campaign and got more downloads for their show. You get likes, and likes don't. I have 14,000 people who liked my Facebook page, and I don't get 14,000 downloads from my podcast. Like, it just doesn't translate. In fact, when you get more likes on Facebook, they suppress everything you do unless you pay them. So I hit 14,000 on my Facebook page, and when I put a posting out, maybe 12 or 13 people who voluntarily hit the like button see what I post on a good day. 12 or 13 people.
Yeah, I agree, Tim. Publish great content and be patient.
Yeah, Tim is a big podcast listener for the Fish Nerds. He's very active in my podcast group. Now, the podcast group grew out of a failed podcast page. You'd think 14,000 likes on Facebook would be a win, but really 900 people in a group is a bigger win, because it's 900 engaged people. Tim is one of those people in my group, very engaged, and really, really gets involved there. Brent is right. It doesn't make sense to pay for an audience you've already earned. It's bizarre. And Facebook, in that sense, is hard. But I mean, that they give us a free platform. That's their business model. We're not their customers, we're their product. And so they're trying to sell us to other people. So anyway, I don't give any social media money anymore. And I am quick to tell everyone to stop spending money on social media, but no one listens to me.
So I have a mixed relationship with that, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Facebook got it wrong for so long.
Yes.
And so hard for so long that like I felt really slighted about, I've spent thousands of dollars in Facebook with very little to show for it.
Samesies.
Very, very
Yep.
little.
Yep.
And I feel like recently, though, I feel like in the last 6 months, a lot of my friends who I do Facebook ads for their businesses have actually seemed to see a lot of increase in their business because of Facebook ads.
So let me ask you this: so business
something out like
well, I think
that is not that.
Let me interrupt you for a second. I think it depends what your business is. If your business is getting listeners for a podcast, that's my business. I want people to see that logo and push the subscribe button and listen to my show because I make a damn good show. I work really hard at it. And I want that. If I'm selling something, like if I have a product to sell, I'm selling hats or t-shirts, something like that, that's a whole different game than selling subscribe to my free show. And I think that it's a different audience and it hits people differently, and people are used to being sold stuff or services, and they're not necessarily used to being sold, hey, listen to my free podcast. But they hit the like button for sure.
Well, yeah, no, and I wonder if that might be coming to a change. Looking at how like Trevor Noah, for example, has been showing up in my feed a lot from Comedy Central, The Daily Show, promoting his interviews and stuff like that, and like all of a sudden it's like he's promoting like a 15 or 20-minute interview, which of one I actually watched, one of them. So I wonder if they're actually getting any kind of like, just because you're getting the view, like we all know Facebook views are kind of BS to a certain extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And well, at least I do. I that's my opinion.
They are.
They're overextenuated.
Right.
And on top of that, how many people are just like hitting the like button because they're like, oh, Trevor Noah, I know that show, like The Daily Show, I love it, click, and then move on. Like how much I wonder what kind of like real difference that's making to them. But I mean, they keep spending the money, but they also have a budget to spend. So
let me help you with that, because I have a friend who lives in Brooklyn, and he does his living, and he affords to live in Brooklyn by doing this, is social media marketing. It's what he does. And he works with companies like AT&T and all the really big, like multi-million, billion-dollar corporations. They spend tens of thousands of dollars on Facebook ads and they get what they want out of them. As a regular podcaster, if we can afford $30, we're spending a lot of money for ourselves. So Facebook doesn't care, Joe, about you. They don't like you. They like AT&T. They like IBM or whatever the big companies are these days. I have no idea. I'm old, but you're $30. Who cares? You drop $10,000 on advertising, you're going to reach your audience. You know, it's a different money drop. By the way, Tim just posted the only marketing vehicle over which you have total control is email,
which is only partially true because there are so many people that have 20,000 emails in their inbox and easily will miss yours.
Yeah, I didn't realize my email list, Joe. I have not been paying attention to it. I've not been even looking at it. It's about 5,000 people now, and I have done nothing. Yeah, my email list, and I didn't realize I was spending $75 a month on MailChimp.
So
no idea why I do it.
So so that's a great question because I have been trying to justify the idea of paying for MailChimp because I have 2 accounts on MailChimp, one for Indie PodCon and one for Super Joe Pardo, and it would be so much easier to have just one account. But I'm not willing to give up $50 a month to do that. Like when 2 accounts is doing it just fine.
Should I split my list?
Do you have a way to split the list? That makes sense.
I can download it as a PDF and as a Excel spreadsheet and just split it alphabetically and just do 2 emails a month. I'm at $75 a month for email marketing right now.
And how many is on your list?
5,000.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Well, it's a max of 2,000, so you would have 4,000. So you'd still be 1,000 short. Now, have you cleaned out your unsubscribe list lately?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, okay. I had to. Okay, so Drew disagree. I disagree. Views over is greater than custom. Audience greater than indoctrination.
I don't know what that means.
I don't understand what that. I'm glad I'm not a high five. High five because I am.
Oh, that wrong way.
Other way.
Drew,
I understand it.
Hang on, Drew. Can you extend a clarification on that? I don't know what you mean.
Please extend the clarification. Let's see. Oh, Nick says this is the best, guys. I'm painting a restaurant and listening to you 2 guys. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're getting to do some work. Put the work in on your business, man, and paint.
By the way, for people who don't know who Nick is, Nick is the prettiest man I've ever seen. He is so damn good looking. Like every time I meet him, I've met him in person a number of times. As I'm talking to him, I can't even talk to him. He's so good looking. That's how pretty he is. Man,
you just want to him?
No.
Nick, he totally wants to you.
No, I just want to give him a hug. That's all.
I'm sorry, I want to give him a hug too. Every time I don't get to see. I live around the corner from the guy, and I don't see him very as often as I should. And Nick says he's always flattered, Clay.
Yeah. I don't see him on the feed here. All right. So Brent says if you're not sending emails, not sure there's a downside to splitting them. Brent, I should do is rethink my whole marketing plan and start doing regular emails and actually using that list in a way that's more effective. Tomorrow I'm meeting with one of my compatriots, the crappy hippie, and he has some ideas on how to use my my email list a little bit. The crappy hippie is one of my Fish Nerds correspondents. He's from Eastern Kansas, and he talks about fishing.
Yeah, so I would definitely not be paying $75 a month.
No, it hurts.
Yeah, no, it hurts me to hear you say that. And Nick says he'll hold your hand, and he sees me all the time. But I don't. I want real face. I can't really have FaceTime now with him, but I definitely want more FaceTime. So to finish off that theory, though, what I was saying is you can go through and look at how many people are actually unsubscribed to your email, to the list itself, because you might have 7,000 contacts or 5,000. You said 5,000 contacts.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean all 5,000 are subscribed. So there's a way to go, and I did it once, and I was trying to do it again just a week or so ago, and I couldn't figure it out. But there's a way to go about deleting the unsubscribed emails. So then you might really only have 4,000 or 4,500 or whatever. You know what I mean? The odds of you having all 5,000 are low.
Right.
4,900 or something. So at least if you get that, lop off that extra, then you spin up a second account, and then save yourself $75 a month. I mean, especially if you're not really using it right now. At the worst case scenario, just export it, figure out your game plan, cancel the plan, and then start it up again. Let's see. Brent says, or even just download them back up to.
That's what you just said. Yeah.
And then clean. That's how I did it. I had to download them onto the spreadsheet, clean off the list, like sort it, clean it, and then re-upload it. And then I was able to do it, because they don't let you do that in MailChimp that I could see, at least from the free account. I couldn't do that. Tim says MailerLite is $50 a month for up to 10,000. That's a pretty good deal.
Compared to what I'm spending now, I'm in. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, that's because that's one of the things is I look at my list and I'm like, okay, so I have, I don't know, just shy of 3,000. And I'm like, is this really worth getting up to $50 a month for? I don't know. And then going back to Drew's totally covering our faces at this point.
I know he's yelling at the computer.
Facebook views of videos. If you get views and target those views to your ideal audience, those that watch and consume can be added to a custom audience. Leveraging ads can help facilitate the indoctrination of an ideal audience to consume more of your content. You are absolutely right, Drew. I totally agree. But it takes money to do that. It's not I spent $50 and I reached all the peoples and I got you are probably talking about a couple $100 at least.
Joe, I just want to reach the people who hit the like button. People said, I want to see what the fish nerds are doing. Hit this button. I want to reach them, and there's no way to reach those people without spending thousands of dollars.
Notification button now, on YouTube, where it's hit the notification bell. Isn't that? I thought there was a notification to add things to your notifications. I'm not sure either, but yeah. So Brent says, but why pay to store addresses? Not worth it if you aren't sending anything. Absolutely true. Podcasters get nickeled and dimed to death. They absolutely do. That's why Brent Basham at podit.net does not charge podcasters to use their service. You should totally go to podit.net, PODDIT.net. I'm not being paid to say that. And Drew says, invite them to your group. That's a great point.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. You get way more market penetration, but there's still the gatekeeper that you're not paying for, and they could turn it off at any time. Not turn it off, but modify the.
But they're right. The fun thing about a group, and you know this, Drew, is your group gets its own personality. It doesn't even need you. My group, without me, if I'm this week, I've been very, very busy. People like Tim Beater in my group, and they make stuff happen all without me. I don't have to be there. The group has its own life, and that's I think the best group you can have is it just does stuff, and once in a while you go in and go, hey, my group's all got its own community. It's all friends doing their things. All right, so we did social media. That's a big fail for me.
Have you ever done a hashtag challenge or anything? Because I did one very early on in my podcasting career, and it just nowhere.
No.
I was trying to give away an iPad too, and nobody wanted an iPad apparently.
Oh well. So I'm gonna do one more quick Facebook thing that we tried. I got about Tim says Fish Nerds Unite. So I'm with you. I got together with 25 New England fishing companies on a social media. The plan was to blow social media up and all get tons of new page visits and likes and give away about $3,000 worth of prizes. And we spent tons of money in prizes and Facebook ads and all that. And all of us were promoting like crazy. We had 20 entries. And we were in probably all businesses, total value about $4,000. And we had 20 entries. And that's when I realized Facebook hates us because we're not multi-million-dollar companies. And I am done with them. So that's my attitude on Facebook as far as marketing and all that.
Do you think it's the niche? Are fishers just not into Facebook?
No, God, there are fishing groups on Facebook that are incredibly active. Ice fishing pages are huge in the fishing world, and it's people love looking at pictures of fish and all that. There's tons of those around, so they're everywhere. It's not the niche; it's we're not spending enough money on Facebook to make it worth it to us, as far as I'm concerned. But I think we've beaten that horse. I want to talk about other fails because I don't know how much time you got, Joe, but I fail all the time.
30 minutes left, but I do want to real quick jump in and tell people about this weekend that we are going to have 20 plus speakers talking about social media promotion for podcasters, which is kind of what we're talking about right now, but we're talking about the fails.
They can show us how to win.
Yes, I sure hope so, because I'll be taking notes for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Time failing at
Joe, I'm so beaten down by social media fails that I think I need to attend this conference and unfail myself and get a better attitude, because I hate it. I get so mad at it.
I do too, and it comes in phases too for me. Like I go through a love-hate relationship with.
Let me rephrase. I love social media. I just hate that I can't figure the marketing out on social media.
And you know what? It's always so funny. You see these things that are like the stupidest things, and they get so many shares, and then it's like you do this cool thing, and you're like, "Can people please share this?" Like you get all the comments, but no one's hitting the share button, and I'm like, I share the dumbest things all the time, and you know the person who created it, but you're not hitting the share button. I have to like go and every single person hit that share button.
Joe, if you bake a nice looking loaf of bread, people are going to share it. There's no effort in making bread. That's easy. You work really hard on making a conference, and no one hits the share button. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I hear you. I agree. It does. So you can join us. It'll be from 8 a.m. until 5 or 9 a.m. Till 5 p.m. Eastern on April 25th. There's going to be about 20 speakers.
Me.
You're not speaking, Clay?
No, but I'm going to attend.
You're going to all right. Well, I'm looking forward to the comments, man.
Yeah, I'll have a lot.
And the great thing is, it's totally free. All you have to do is go and join our Facebook community, the indie podcasters, independent podcasters group. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Join there. It'll be or you can watch it right here on the page for free. It'll be streaming on YouTube as well on my Super Joe Pardo page. So
Super Joe Pardo,
join us and have a great time.
There's one problem though. That's opening day for trout season.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you didn't consider that when you scheduled this, so that's a fail.
I just picked Saturday. I said, "Hey, it's Saturday," and it's not next Saturday because I need a weekend off. All right, so let's jump back into where we were here. You want to stop beating the dead fish? Well,
that dead fish, yeah. Look. So, and by the way, I am open to being wrong about social media. So if someone happens to be a guru and they're on Facebook and they want to show me some cool stuff, I'm in. But it's a hard sell for me. So you have to really know what you're talking about, because I've tried almost everything I've heard people say, target your audience differently or select your age group or do all these things. I've done all that garbage. I still won't give Facebook money. So that's, I love them, but I won't give them my money. So all my entertainment in the planet is on Facebook. So can I have control of the screen for a second?
Yeah, share your screen.
Share my screen. All right. So,
and make sure you click the share audio button.
You got it. It didn't come up. Oh, here it is. Share audio and Chrome tab.
Because if you're doing it wrong, you're getting a sad trombone.
Oh, I hope I get it. All right. So, what I'm going to share. Can you hear me?
Yep, you got it right. Go ahead.
All right. What I'm going to share now. So a few years ago, I worked really hard on trying to get the fish nerds to advertise on radio. And so what I did was I met with the radio station and I chatted with the owner of a local bait shop, and we produced a series of videos called, videos. This is audio, not video. I put them on video to put them on YouTube, but of audio to play on the radio. And I thought, if I can get on radio, I'll get thousands of new listeners to my show. So I'm going to play one for you now. You tell me what you think about it, and I'll tell you how it did for us. Okay?
All right.
This Fish Nerd Minute about fish, fishing, and eating fish. I'm Dave.
And I'm Clay. And we're brought to you today by Andy's Bait and Tackle.
Now, Clay, what do you think of when you hear the word minnow?
I think about tiny bait fish.
They're not all tiny. New Hampshire's largest native minnow, the fall fish, Its state record is 3 pounds 8 ounces.
Wow. And during the spring, this fall fish goes through an amazing transformation. The males turn purple and pink and grow horns all over their heads.
Fall fish can be caught by almost any technique. We actually catch them while we're usually fishing for trout, but they will take flies, chase spinner baits, and they put up a decent fight for their size.
Right. And most people in New Hampshire have caught fall fish, but nobody knows their names. A lot of people think these fall fish are trout. And not many people agree, but they're great to eat. We love to have them in fish cakes. We're our favorite falafel fall fish.
For more Fish Nerd fun, check out Fish Nerds podcast on iTunes or fishnerds.com.
All right. So that was our ad that we ran. And we made about 10 of those and played them all on the radio. I'm going to stop the screen share here so I can come back to you. Did you hit stop button?
I can. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. So we made about 10 of those, and they aired for about 2.5 years. And we had everything from like how to ice fish, what a fall fish is, what a trout is, and they were fun and interesting. Joe, guess how many new podcast listeners we got out of that we could measure?
3.
We couldn't measure any. There was no measurable change.
Radio. It's not what's for dinner.
Well, it's funny because everyone was hearing it. Now, my community, that radio station is like the community station. Everyone listens to that station. It happens to be a station I just got fired from, by the way, incidentally. You can want me on that one if you want.
There you go.
Only because no one's buying ads on them either, because it's all supported by restaurants and bars, which are all closed right now. So that those aired for several years, no measurable impact, but in the community, I'd be chatting with people and I would say, I make this podcast called The Fish Nerds. And they go, yeah, I heard it. And I go, really? You heard my podcast? Well, no, I heard your thing about the fall fish or your thing about the ice fishing or your thing about this. They heard the advertisement, but they never once went to fishnerds.com and pushed the play button. So that was a lot of effort. And the big fail on that is we got a sponsor to pay the radio station to air our ad, but never, there's Lou, but never got the advertising money spent on our podcast. So we worked really hard for everybody else. So because I'm a genius, Joe, because I'm so smart, I went to the TV next. And I did the exact same thing. I sold them the Fish Nerds Minute. I got a sponsor for the Fish Nerds Minute. It was exactly the same ads, but done with video. And being on TV, Joe, I thought, all right, radio didn't work. TV, that's going to work. How do you think we did there?
No measurable difference.
Exactly the same thing. So, yeah.
This trombone's getting worn out.
Incidentally, Joe, they're still airing. Now we're 4 years out from when we first made those. And if you put on White Mountains TV up here, they will still be playing. So we're still on. You still hear our voices and see our faces, but it doesn't help us, Lou.
Nerds. I agree.
No way. A genius wouldn't keep doing it.
No, Brent. No, never. No.
Brent, he just got it today. Give the guy a break.
No, I got to get some more clips to pop in there, so I have a little more diversity. Yeah. So yeah, but you've had more success in getting the newspapers newspaper articles written about you and stuff like that, where you've had more measurable success, right?
Yeah. So I've been in every paper in New Hampshire, as well as the Boston Globe and New York Times. And the only measurable outcome I've had is a full page travel article in the New York Times. That's the only bump I've ever seen. So Boston Globe, no movement. Union Leader, which is New Hampshire's biggest paper, no movement. All the small papers in the state, no movement. Writing for magazines and newspapers, nothing. So you have to reach about, I think they did the math on this, 6 million people to get 100 new listeners. That's the math I did. That's
No, do you
podcast
think
math.
just like people don't have they're not taking like the action step?
Yeah, there's no action. Like they
They're
don't.
like they're watching TV, so like I mean, but people are watching with the second screen now. Like it's not well, how hard is it to remember fish and nerds?
I it's the easiest name in podcasting. It's I don't understand it, but with the New York Times, there has been measurable outcome. Joe, we were being regular. So I'll do one more fail here. Oh, so Tim wants to know: did New York Times article increase subs? We can't measure subs, but we can measure downloads. And yes, we got a few hundred new people. In fact, right now, where people are stopping their podcast listening, you're noticing across the board, podcast downloads are down. Our show is remaining steady, which means I think we're losing people but gaining people at the same time because we don't match the trend. We're either keeping our regular listeners are still with us, or we're losing people and gaining people at the same time. But it's really hard to tell.
I got a question for you,
Sure.
Clay. Have you? And I'm sure, and I'm 100% sure you're going to say yes to this.
Mm-mm.
Have you gone to like any fishing like conventions and like?
Oh, Joe, yeah, Joe. I used to do these. So for years, I would you see my sign behind me here.
Yes,
I would stand in front of that. I have two of those. I had a table, and I would record live podcasts at fishing conferences. I would spend 3 days standing in front of it, or walking the showroom floor, asking questions, recording podcasts. And we did gain listeners doing that. In fact, we got to number one on iTunes or Apple Podcasts a few years ago. But I would give away my Fish Nerds decals. And as you have one, I would give away those decals. The only way you can get them for free would be to hold your phone up and show me that you subscribe to the podcast. And we got to number one on Apple Podcasts, beating out Orvis and FLW and all the big money names in podcasting by doing that. And I think that's the best way to grow our audience, is that one-on-one. Show me on your phone that you're subscribing. And unfortunately, when you're a print media, you can't do that. And Brent, to catch them where they're listening, and that's the truth. Our best promos have been on other podcasts. Getting our partner with other people, getting on their shows, because you already are reaching an audience of podcast listeners. In fact, I'm going to talk about NPR right now. So we worked really hard to get invited onto Boston Public Radio. Boston Public Radio does it's all politics all the time. It's all they do. But we thought they needed to talk about fish more. And so we worked really hard to get on Boston Public Radio. We went down there. We had a great time. We invited them to come fishing. We took these two political reporters ice fishing with us. And then in 2016, we got to go to Manchester, New Hampshire during the primaries. And we actually got on their show after Joe Biden. So it was Joe Biden, then the Fish Nerds, and then, Bernie Sanders or some other political person at the time. And let me get the screen. I'll play you part of that interview for you right now. And we'll talk about how that impacted our listeners if you want to hear that.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I like it. So let's see.
And hey, Jenny, how you doing?
Oh, Jenny, I love her. All right. Share screen. And I'm almost good at this. All right. And so we got to go on Boston Public Radio, and this is Jim and Marguerite Egan, and they do a political show, and they almost only talk it's a political show about politics, but they, for like 3 years, the Fish Nerds were their people. Let's see if it works. Remember, Joe Biden was on right before us.
Welcome back to Boston Public Radio. If you haven't figured out, it's the band Fish. It's time for a Friday news quiz. We were offered Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. We said, forget about it. Here with us in the Radisson lobby for their annual appearance are New Hampshire's own Clay Groves and Dave Kellum. You know them, I hope you do, as the host of the Fish Nerds podcast. Next week, the New Hampshire primary marks its 100th birthday. And next Monday, more importantly, the Fish Nerds will release their 100th show. Guys, it is great to see you, Dave and Clay.
Oh, hooray! Thank you.
Yeah, we're very thrilled to be that you guys took the time to come up here and visit us.
No, one of us is really thrilled. No, we really are. No, I'm serious. We really are.
So before we find out exactly what the Fish Nerds are and what you guys do, we should point out that we did go fishing with you.
Ice fishing.
Ice fishing. Was
Yep.
it last year or the year before?
The year before.
Almost 2
year
years.
before.
yeah.
Okay, it was almost 2 years.
Seems like
And
yesterday.
we bundled up, and it was cold, and the ice was frozen. Where were we? What lake were we on?
What was that? It was Big Country Pond.
No, Big Island Pond.
Big
Whatever.
Island.
Big Island Pond.
Yeah.
And you had the little fishing hut out there in the
Shanty,
middle of the
Bob
pond.
House, we call it.
Bob House. And I walked out there with you guys.
Uh-huh.
But
Don't
Jim,
do
of
this
course,
again.
a little unsteady on his feet. He had to, what was he on, a toboggan or a sled? Or
How'd you get me out to the Bob
bucket?
House? Let's get by this. How did you get me out there, please?
We put you in a jet sled and pulled you behind a snowmobile.
What's wrong?
All right, I'm going to stop it there. You get the idea. So we got to go on Boston Public Radio, and that was like our 5th appearance on Boston Public Radio, which was kind of a big deal for us, especially considering that they were doing, like, at the Radisson where that was filmed, they were doing, like, they were there, CNN was there, MSNBC was there, Fox News was there, Comedy Central was there, because every political person in the planet was coming through that, and for some reason, they thought it was a good idea to have fish nerds in during their political season. And we thought, all right, our 5th visit in, we were hitting out of the park. We were funny. We were interesting. We made them eat some weird fish while we were there. And we were going to get thousands of listeners and make $1 million on our podcast. And Joe, guess what the results were?
I'm going to get the size trombone ready. I'm going to say 0.
Zero. Yeah.
That is terrible, man.
Not to mention 10 appearances on New Hampshire Public Radio, and wait a minute, you gotta listen to this. We got to sell sell stories to them too. Like we said, you know what you need? You need stories about fish written by the fish nerds, and we even got to do that, which we thought, man, we have hit the big time now. So take a listen to this.
That's your screen again.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep
You don't
doing
have to
this.
stop it. You just like click. Like I can just click on the button to like take it.
Joe,
down.
I'm in charge now.
All right. Go ahead.
Listen to the quality of this news
These are the
story.
sounds of fishermen in Stratham using a chainsaw to remove their smelt fishing shacks from the frozen Squamscott River. Chris Babineau from Raymond takes a break
Professional.
and
I mean, we
reflects on
sound
the
like
season.
news guys.
We've had the ice, but we haven't caught any smelt. You'll be lucky to get one smelt within 4-hour period.
This is grim because as recently as 2011, fishermen could jig up more than 100 smelt a night. You'd measure them in buckets rather than numbers. Around the shanties, you will hear plenty of guesses as to what has happened to the smelt.
My theory on it is there's a family of seals that live in these rivers that are eating.
I'm gonna do some skipping just
smelt.
because my favorite part right here.
Oh, goodness.
Catching no fish.
Hang on. You're gonna love this part.
For NHPR News, I'm Dave Kellum.
And I'm Clay Groves. My favorite part for NHPR News, I'm Clay Groves. So I thought, man, if I could just one day say for NHPR News, I am Clay Groves, I've made it. And we got to say it about 6 times. Made
That's
6
awesome.
stories for them and sold it, right? And now everyone thinks they've heard my podcast because they've heard public radio. They're in the car driving around. Hey, that's Clay. And they call me, Clay, I heard your podcast. Really? What episode? I don't know. You're talking about smelt for NHPR News. I'm like, yeah, that's not a podcast, you jerk.
Well, they don't know. Education is a heck of a thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I go back to remembering a story from Steve Swanson, who does the Muppet Cast.
Yes.
Back in, I don't know, it started in the mid 2000s. And he was like, oh, I recorded my first episode, and like somebody was like, oh, I listened to your podcast. That was awesome. So are you ever gonna like do another one? He's like, yeah, it's like a weekly thing. Like, we're ever gonna do another one?
It's a one-off.
Yeah. Like, no, it's not just a one-off recording. So
Well, if you do a weekly show and do it one time, it's a 1-episode series. You are now consistent.
yes, yes, absolutely. Let's see. We got some comments here. I want to get in
let's do
on.
it.
Jane says also, Awesome was wondering how shared audio was working on StreamYard. I didn't get it working the other day. Yeah, basically when you hit share screen, you got to click that little checkbox in the bottom left-hand corner of that box to share your audio. Let's see. Lou says you guys need to start up a fishing tourney. So that's some more money you could dump into it.
Oh my God, I have some
Use
ethical problems. My problem too with being a fisherman. I'm a fisherman with like huge ethics, and so I hate fishing tournaments. They're awful.
Wow.
They are awful. I hate them. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Maybe you can make an ethical one.
Oh, well, we've actually been
Social
discussing
media
it.
based one. That
Some what?
like a social media based one where it's not everyone like conjured in one little area trying to basically destroy the population.
No,
Of,
you're totally right.
I think I would like to see something like. I mean, I'm not a fisher, but I would like to see something like that. Joe says. Jenny says, Joe, I want to get you on my live to go deeper on making online events. It's this week's workshop, and honestly, you're becoming the king of it. Well, I appreciate that.
True story.
I am trying to take it all the way to the bank. There, Lou says you need to get big politicos out on the water and catch them up.
I'll try. I've been inviting presidential candidates out to go ice fishing now for the last 4 years, and the only one who's want to come with me are libertarians who are free staters, and I don't find them that interesting. So. Yeah,
as opposed to the hardline party drawing, party people.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I would take anyone ice fishing and tell a story about them. But the people who get on the news, the people who care about, don't want to come ice fishing. But I would have taken Donald Trump ice fishing or Bernie Sanders ice fishing or any of those guys because it would have been interesting. Even if I don't like them, it would have been really interesting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Fun fact, Joe, I like everybody I've ever met. I've never met a human I don't like. I like everybody immediately. See, it's my curse.
Better than I am.
Yeah. I don't like people sometimes after I meet them, but my immediate reaction to everyone is I like them immediately. So,
okay. All right. Yeah. All right. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Brent says, great combo, guys. Got to run. Do my own live with a professional mini golfer.
That's not a thing.
Story. I love that. That is. Yeah. I did see a picture of that. They're talking about like something mini golfer.
That's pretend.
Lou says catch and release.
Yes.
And Tim says have a political fishing contest. Most fish gets elected.
That's true. That's true. I love Tim.
I'm sitting here thinking. I'm listening to you talk, Clay, and I'm wondering. And I know you've talked. I think you've talked about this. Maybe during your talk, you had questions or something about looking at doing more niched related stuff. So like the ice fishing nerds or the ice nerds or the tournament fishing nerds or tournament nerds and things like, I mean, obviously you have problems with fish tournaments, but you know what I'm saying? Like niching it to that to bring people up to the fish nerds.
So let me help you with that. So the Fish Nerds podcast is like a magazine, right? So there might be different chapters in one episode. So it might have a news story or two. Then we'll do a story about someone in the fishing industry. Then we might talk about giant squid sperm and how they can get injected into your tongue can get pregnant. That's a thing, Joe. That happens. That's a real thing. Fact.
Your tongue, like
not my tongue. One's tongue can get squid sperm stuck inside of it, and you can have pregnant squid tongue syndrome. That's a thing.
So like squid could start to be birthed out of your tongue.
You're gonna have tongue babies, Joe. It's awful. Wow. It's a real thing. Happens all the time. So
I don't go in the water.
but anyway, so like I've often thought it would be really fun to do spin-off shows. So we could do just a Fish in the News podcast. So it's just fish news, or just a Fish Nerds product review podcast, or just a Fish Nerds fly fishing only podcast. So all these potential spin-offs.
Geek, it can work for fish. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Do the niche thing. Go deep. Go hard, especially right now while
I have time.
Yeah, not else is going on. So this is the perfect time to like do that, right?
It is. I made the mistake, Joe, of teaching my kids to podcast, and now they're making a podcast about chickens where they tell chicken jokes to chickens, and it's more popular than my show. Like,
Doesn't it hurt your feelings? Like, I don't know. You know what? I could say the same thing about my daughter. Her show Ava Enters she only has like 3 videos, so I have like 3 more I need to edit, but she only has 3 episodes, and each of those have more views than most of, not every video. I mean, I have 1,000 videos on YouTube, but like a good chunk of my content has less views than her 3 videos.
yeah, well, we didn't get there, but everything I've ever done on YouTube has been a failure. So, so it might, and the problem is, Joe, is like you're cute. Like I think you're a good-looking human, but your
Oh,
daughter's like super cute, right?
I know.
Like,
It's way cuter than me, for sure.
yeah, there's no contest. So that's why that's happening. It's not your fault. You
You're
can't. It's
just being
genetics.
nice about me, Clay. You don't have to be
Yeah.
nice to me.
I'm always nice to you, Joe.
Look, just because I got your sticker doesn't mean you got to be nice to me.
Yeah, well, you're a leader in the industry, so I have to. I'll never be able speaking at a conference again. You'll you'll blacklist me. You'll be you and Jared Easley and Chris
Jared,
Christos. None of those guys will ever talk to me again.
Yeah, don't let him speak.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's something fishy going on.
there it is.
That happens all the time. Yeah. So what is there before we wrap up here? Because we usually only run an hour, and I don't want to take
Hour's
any too
good.
much of your time there, Clay. I got some DJing to go do after this.
Yeah.
On live stream. So if for the after party, what is there any other things that you're oh, Jenny's got to run. She's hosting the Sound Girls meeting. That's awesome. Have fun, Jenny.
Yeah.
Is there any other things that you're thinking that flopped in your social media
Well,
efforts?
not social media. There's been some live. There's been live events that I've done thinking that I was going to do a great job with, and so like I did there was a New England. There was the I can't remember what it's called, but there was a conference I went to where their speaker didn't show up, and they said, "Can the Fishers come and make a live podcast there?" Now, here's the problem with live podcasting: I can go and record a podcast in front of a live audience. I don't have the equipment to project my voice to that live audience. So we recorded a great show that the audience in front of us couldn't hear a word of. So that was a big failure. So we weren't technologically there with the PA system to make it a good live show. We've also done events like meetups where one person shows up, or a presentation where you're doing like an hour-long presentation and you get an audience of 2, and there's 2 like 80-year-old people who will never in a million years listen to a podcast. So we've had like a number of those kind of events happen. Yeah.
You know what? I mean, look, you take what you can get sometimes, but it is disheartening that sometimes our work, and I think that speaks to all podcasters, that sometimes our work goes underappreciated, pretty easily. Gets overlooked sometimes.
Well, it does, Joe, but it's not a negative thing. Like, so for me, like I used to be a science teacher, right? And one thing I teach kids about learning is life is failure. Everything you do, you're going to fail until you don't. And if you don't mind that piece of things, you're going to win in the end. Because I fail at almost everything I ever do the first 25 times I do them. And then all of a sudden, something happens where I stop failing at it. And that's what I want people to realize is like, just because we're talking about our failures doesn't mean we didn't learn from those failures and get better at things. Failing is how we get good at stuff. And I love failing. I love talking about failing. I don't get bummed out about it. I just go like, whack, 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 and I move on to the next thing and try to make it better. So that's kind of my attitude on failing. I don't mind it one bit.
Well, I think it's important for us to think about like what the goal is of what we're trying to accomplish. And I mean, doing all those things, for Boston, we said Boston Public Radio.
Yep.
I mean, that's incredible. But the thing is like that doesn't put food on the table, right? Like you can't eat that MP3 file. That sounds awesome. And I assume it was live at one point, but that moment's gone. I mean, like, just like was just my footage was just on CNN's website this past week, right? For my sister's company, for her photography business. But like, okay, am I going to go adding the CNN logo to my website now? And like, what difference does that really make? Like, yeah, I put the link there. It's cool. But like, I can't eat that, and no one's gonna like be like, oh man, your footage is on CNN. Like, I gotta hire you. Like,
Well, I did put New York Times on my header on my Facebook group and page. So now it's Fish Nerds Podcast, and then in tiny letters as heard on, and then New York Times, like because New York Times.
yeah, well, hey, it does give credibility. I think that like I don't know. There's so many things that like growing up that we were like, it'd be so cool if like we did this thing, or we were on that show, or we were blah 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 blah, right? I remember asking my great grandmother, like, wouldn't it be so cool if I was on Guts, like growing up? Like, how cool would that be? Like, but there was like there was no chance I was gonna be on there. I was not that athletic or anything like that. And Lou says you're a better man than most, Clay. I totally. Nita, how are you? Good morning.
Morning. She must be in Australia.
No, she is. Man, I forget what country it is, but
far away.
She's not that close. Yes. So yeah. So I, you just gotta understand like what the goal is, and then try to utilize that to your benefit as much as possible. Because like, you could be on like here's one of my goals, right? I'm gonna put this out there. I want to be on Good Morning Philadelphia, like for no other reason than just to be able to say like, hey, I was on there, like it was cool, like I got to experience it.
Joe, that's easy. I can help you with that.
Oh well,
I can get on any news I want to get on. That's easy. I'll coach you.
All right, cool. Well, let's make that happen. Because right now they're literally this is how they're producing their morning content, like this.
Yeah.
Just like this. Like it's just a bunch of talking heads all sitting next to each other. I'm like, I'm a talking head. I can talk all day like this.
And they're looking for stories that are not COVID-19 related right now. So do something that's bitching and get on there. So
well, I mean, we're doing the virtual conferences. We're trying to bring people together. I have some other ideas, but right now, Indonesia.
Oh gosh,
so she is the future. Yes, yes. It's the future there. I hope COVID-19 is gone by now. Future. We can all get back to somewhat normal lives, even if little distance. Like not up like hugging and high fiving everybody like we once were, and handshaking. If I had to lose handshaking, I'd be okay. Would you be okay, Clay?
I'm fine. It's weird. I always I find myself shaking hands with people and I judge them on their handshakes, right? So like you get the dead fish handshake where you're like, oh, that sucked. Or you get like the really firm, like the guy who's trying to show you how strong he is and it hurts. You're like, well, that sucks. And then there's there's all these in between handshakes, and you don't know how hard you're supposed to squeeze their hand or how long you're supposed to shake their hand. It's a bizarre thing that we've been trained to do, and it does nothing for us. Yeah, it just makes us all sick and afraid to leave our house.
Pretty much. Listening to Linus from Linus Tech Tips, he's like, yeah, I haven't been sick in a year and a half. I stopped doing it. I stopped touching my face. And I stopped shaking hands.
Yeah, I can't stop touching my face.
I have a hard time. I try my best not to, but it's so hard not to. So I just make sure that I'm constantly cleaning, washing my hands, being cognizant of what I'm wiping down and what I'm touching. I'm like 40% germaphobe. I'm not all the way there, but I'm like,
I'm growing into it. Joe, if you've ever touched my face, you'd want to keep touching it. I'm telling you, it is delightful. best feeling. Feels so nice, soft.
You put some product in that face?
Oh, I don't use any product. I am naturally beautiful. So yeah.
She said, knock on yes, starting to grow. So everyone is crazy about it. Because in a developing country, people also can't eat if they don't go out every day to work. Not all can work from home. Yeah, that
sucks.
I mean, that's a problem here. Like we have people that like just like 3 months ago, like, hey, you can't make $15 an hour. Now we're all replying, we're all depending on the people that
pay him more now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show.
Yeah, we could do an hour on that, Joe. But that's That's no fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as fun as discussing the failures of our promotional ideas. Here's something I wanted to do. So my dad was like, "Hey, I could help you with our trucks. We could put like a banner, like a poster for your podcast on the back of the truck. How is
Yes.
it sound?" So I was like, "Yes," but he didn't like what I had to say about it because I was like, because at the time I was doing the Dreamers podcast and it was primarily motivational, inspirational, that kind of thing, right? So at the time I was like, something along the lines of, and don't quote on the wording exactly, but it was something along the lines like, you're stuck in traffic right now because you're not living your dream, and it sucks or something to that.
Oh no, Joe.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not putting that in the back of my truck." And I'm like, "Oh, come on!
Yeah.
You got to make people feel something, right?" And
Right.
that's even if they hate you for it. I mean, there's people I watch that I love to hate. Right, that's how we get the bad guys and the bad girls in the movies and the TV shows. Right, you love to hate them, so you got to move the needle on people.
Mhm.
And generally, I like to make them like me, but at the same time, like you got to make them feel something, or they're not gonna feel moved to want to like pull out their phone while they're sitting in traffic. Uh, you know.
So
Oh,
did you ever come to a point where you hang on, Joe? Did you ever come to a point where you guys could pick, where you agreed on terms and got a logo up there, or did you just never agree on it?
Nope, never, no.
Oh, you're so stubborn.
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right. You're right, Clay. I
That's
am.
all right.
You know what? But now I think if I had the opportunity now, I mean, he doesn't have the trucking company anymore, but if I had the opportunity now, I think I have more of a game plan. This was really early on when I still didn't quite know where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do and all that. So it was, I mean, you're going back to like 2014 and
Back in the day.
yeah, well, it's quickly becoming back in the day.
God.
Oh man. All right, Clay. Is there any last thoughts you'd like to wrap up with before I?
Well, I'm gonna just gonna repeat the idea that failure is not a bad thing. Failure is the most important thing you can do when taking on anything new. Be open to failing. When you fail, who cares? Fail and then do it again and then fail spectacularly. Like just keep on failing until you don't. That's just everything. And that's it's as simple as that. You guys, everyone fails for the longest time. Anytime you ever hear about like anyone, that guy came out of nowhere and now he's a superstar. They didn't. They failed for years and then blew up. So keep on going.
Anita says, "Is Indie PodCon only for podcasters who have podcast and listeners already?" No, it is absolutely for all podcasters of wannabe podcasters. Bringing your ideas and you're like, I think I want to do this thing. That's what we're for, man. We're for the independent people who want to have their voice heard and help and move other people. Clay, that was beautiful, by the way. I mean, I always say, like, if you're not learning, then you're not growing, and if you're not growing, then you're dying. So
That's it.
don't die. Like that's the goal, right?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of failures, Tack Van Sickle just joined the
what's up, Tack?
chat. Tack makes the a Brady Bunch podcast where he's watching every episode of the Brady Bunch and critiquing it. It's the worst show ever, and I love it so much. Like it's so good. It's the worst idea that you can't stop getting in on. So it's a great show.
Oh, I love that. I love that. All right, it's been a while since I've seen his name pop up. I hope you're doing well, Tack.
Yeah, he used to make the Twisted 10 podcast, which is my absolute favorite podcast of all time. And I miss it so much.
I think I met Tack because of through Blab. I don't quite remember how I met Tack, but yeah, he did that podcast with two other people. And I'm blanking on their names right now. It was like a husband and wife.
And I knew it yesterday, but I've been drinking beer today.
And this is failures. I had a lot. Now is the time to be successful. It absolutely is the time to be successful, Anita. This is where the cream rises to the top, right? Through the punches in the face, and that's what we got to do as as leaders, as podcasters, as people who lead in our niches, in our industries. That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Not just cowering down. Now, with that said, I need to put out more episodes of my my flagship show, Dreamers Podcast, which is going to be rebranded as the Super Joe Pardo Show very, very soon. I have new artwork coming. Actually, I could show that, or should I show that?
Show it.
I mean, we're here. It's not done yet. It still needs some. Some tender loving care there. But my boy Larry Roberts is handling the business for me here. So this is the artwork so far.
You look like a chef.
Everybody with a button down shirt, right? Like that's what
Joe, I've never seen you in a button down shirt. That's not you. You got to put on a t-shirt.
You probably wouldn't. Yeah, but well, here's the thing though. So we're going I'm working with Karen Yankovic, and we're going after these corporate businesses to these corporations as a corporate virtual event strategist.
Mhm.
So do you want to hire the guy in the t-shirt, or you want the guy that looks like he's dressed up as a chef?
I think you need something different. I don't know. That's the wrong picture.
Right? Isn't it? It's hard. Well,
It's not the right picture. Like you're right. You're right. Not the t-shirt, but the white shirt wrong also.
It's actually not. It's not a white shirt. It's not coming up.
Is it off-white?
Have
you ever been like your wife tells you go to the store and buy white paint, and you realize there's like 300 shades of white paint?
I think it's actually a pink shirt.
It doesn't look pink.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up the original because I think Larry did some magic on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, headshots. Oh God.
Anita says, "Let's call it the podcast kitchen chef."
Yeah, my the guy I was working with on this on the top with Super Joe Pardo said the same thing about that. I think that exact picture.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time finding it. Where is it? There's just so many pictures here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's definitely not pink, or it's definitely not white. It's pink.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it looks white to me.
It ain't white. That ain't white. It's
well,
like
you want to go viral. Do you remember that blue dress that was on Facebook for years, and people would yell about what color that dress is?
Black or gold, or black?
This is your viral moment, Joe.
Yeah, what color is that shirt?
Yeah, what color do you see here? And people will go nuts arguing about what color that is, because I only see white.
Do you only see white?
Yeah, it's white.
That's totally not white.
What color is it?
It's purple.
No, it's not.
I'm
purple.
Yeah, it's like a purple pink shirt.
No, that's because they have a gray wall behind you. That's weird.
No, I got the shirt upstairs. If I had it right behind me, I don't have it right here right now. Yeah, I almost never wear button-downs. I'm wearing a taco talking shirt right now.
That's a better shirt.
Let's taco about Tuesday. Let's taco. Yeah, let's taco about Tuesday. Yeah, that's what it's. You can't say because of the mic, but yeah, let's talk about Tuesday. And that actually is Eric Patrick Thomas. His shirt. He designed the shirt. I absolutely love that guy. If you're watching, please say something in the chat. But I haven't seen you today. I saw that you were live when we were live earlier, like an hour ago. But yeah, so I don't know, but I like. So I think that I told him I think the logo's got to do something because I feel like it's kind of jarring. I think I'd like to see like the super and the show be a little bit bigger, and that needs to be a skyline of Philly, not random skyline.
Yeah, we got the wrong. I mean, everything's wrong, Joe.
Everything's not wrong. It's just
everything. It's a failed logo. Sorry.
Just kidding. The other ones.
Oh, no, that's worse. Yeah, that's worse.
That was not done.
That's like a home improvement show by Joe Pardo.
Got my backdrop, like for my
like a vacuum behind you.
There's this one that I should be like
floor cleaner.
No, I thought it was like a car, like a car show or something.
Super Joe, well, wash your floors.
Yeah. This is the first one. It's got a real 70s vibe to it. So in here you can kind of see that the shirt is definitely pink,
orange.
Right?
No.
Orange.
It's a little orange. And it says SUP, S-U-P behind you. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Anita says, I call Ross live stream God because he has live stream universe. Ross Thor. Well, I love Ross Brand. He's awesome.
I don't know him.
You don't know Ross Brand?
I thought I knew everybody. I thought I was in the know, but I guess I'm not that cool.
I think at least one of the two, maybe both. I think both conferences. Look, I mean, so this is my current. Well, I mean, it says Dreamers Podcast at the top, but like that's what currently my artwork looks like. So it's not great.
Maybe your face doesn't belong on the cover art.
You know, each one of them on and saying how, you can wear a Superman outfit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Superman. Oddly enough, plus the whole cape thing. Like we've been watching The Incredibles for the first time.
I love it.
My daughter had never seen it before, so we watched it on a movie night because that's when we watch new movies. Is movie night. We get pizza and sit down and watch a movie that we haven't watched yet. And they made the whole big thing about no capes because the capes, get stuck on things and end up like getting people whacked. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not a big thing of that. So I don't know. You're right though. Maybe my face doesn't belong on it. I or need to be on it. I think you might be onto something there.
Maybe. I don't know, Joe. What do I know?
I don't know either. Well, we'll work it out, Larry. We're gonna get through this together. So all right. So any other last thoughts you'd like to? Since it's been like 15 minutes.
Joe, I think that was the longest goodbye I've ever had. So.
This is normal stuff for me. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. You should totally join us April 25th, 2020, for the free live virtual social media promotion for podcasting conference.
I'm gonna stop you for a second. Hang on.
Joe. All right,
hang on. So I think it's really important to note. Just, by the way, there's a lot of Fish Nerds fans listening right now. I'm seeing their names popping up like crazy. People who run small businesses and do other things. Those people will also benefit from this virtual live social media promotion conference. So it's not just for podcasters. It's targeted audience podcasters, but the stuff you're going to learn at this are going to help anyone who does social media. So it's really going to be some good stuff.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. No, hi Fish Nerds people. Thank you for jumping in and watching, and would love to have you join us. It's totally free. All you need to do is just join this group, the Independent Podcasters group, or if you're really not into podcasting or think you might be into the podcasting thing, you'll be able to watch right below. You'll be able to just click the play button and start watching the video live stream from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on April 25th.
Here's what I do, Joe. I put it on my iPhone and I put my headphones in and I go out and do yard work and I listen to the speakers while I'm doing other things. You don't have to sit in front of your computer if you don't want to. You can do other stuff and stream it in your ear holes. And then your brain will be bigger at the end. Two sizes guaranteed.
And I heard so many people say, you know what I did? I took my iPad, I put it on the iPad, and I just moved the iPad around the house with me as the day went on. Mm-hmm. So I constantly, not only did I get to see the chat, I got to like watch it when I just looked over at it, and it was a great way to get involved. And if you want to get involved, and if you are interested in speaking, we are taking speakers until April 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can go and click the speaker button there, or if you want to sponsor, if your business wants to get it in front of mostly podcasters and small, probably entrepreneurs. I mean, the last one we just did had 1,700 views so far on Facebook, which is quite a bit. It's not the most views I've ever gotten on a Facebook video, but it's definitely up in the top 10.
But different, Joe, is highly engaged people. Like the people who are watching this are super engaged. It's not like a passive audience. This is an audience who really want the content and is involved in the content. It's a really good audience.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate that. I mean, you're part of that audience, so thank you.
I love this stuff. Yeah.
So if you want to get your message in front of those audience, starting at just $75, you can do.
That's free, Joe. You're giving it away.
Well, I mean, it's yeah, I am. You know why? Because businesses need it right now. They
Mhm.
need to get their name in front of other people because this is that time to do it. I mean, I talk about this stuff on the Business Geeks podcast. We just talked about literally, I think on Monday, we talked about the fact that you need to be getting your business name in front of people because all you have is time right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I'm
if
here, Joe.
you're not operating, right? Gee, thanks, Clay. If you're not operating right now, all you got is time to market your show. And in your case, Clay, create those niche podcasts, build the horse network of fishes.
I should. Glenn the Geek has told me that so many times. Like
Yeah, well,
he sends me messages all the time. He goes, Clay, you're not doing the things. And I'm like, yeah, I have jobs. And now I don't have jobs. So I
right
have time.
now,
Yeah.
take advantage, man. Take
But I
advantage.
got gardening to do and chickens to raise.
Gardening. They're not fishes.
I know. I'm gotta feed my family without going to the supermarket. Joe, I ran out of deodorant a week and a half ago.
Oh boy.
Like, I am awful to be around right now.
You don't have Amazon Prime up there?
Have you tried ordering from Prime this week?
I haven't. I just got. How do you think the Stream Deck just got here?
Oh my god! I ordered a new camera 14 days ago for my computer. It's like a webcam. They're all back ordered, every single one of them. And
I know. Certain things are really insane. Like I wanted to buy a cam link from Elgato so I could hook up one of my DSLRs to my computer as a high quality webcam. I will get that. I will get there, but it probably won't happen until like the middle of May. So, and until then, you got this camera, which this camera isn't terrible, but
you look good.
Oh, thank you. You look great too.
Well, this is how I look in real life. I am very blue.
Well, yeah, that's what you get for being underwater with the fishes all the time.
Yeah.
Anita says, one question for Clay. When you are failed, and do you try it again or just leave it and do another thing?
Oh, fun fact. I've never learned a damn thing from my mistakes. I just do the same things over and over again. I just keep going.
A good time to keep rolling with you, right?
Yeah, no, usually I retry and I make small incremental changes to try and see if it's something small I'm doing wrong. And in most cases, I fail multiple times at the same task and realize the task itself is the problem, not the small changes I'm making within the task.
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, you didn't ask me, Anita, so I guess my opinion doesn't matter, but
no one cares, Joe.
Clearly, so that's okay. I'm just gonna answer it anyway. Yeah, I do try things over and over again. It's one of the reasons that I kept podcasting after like no one was listening in the beginning, because technically that was a bunch of small failures. That's why I keep writing books, because I haven't had my New York Times bestseller yet. It's why I don't know. To me, I just love the challenge. I for a while there, and I want to get back to it. But since Don was born, I stopped playing hockey. And one of the refs once told me, Joe, you were so terrible at this. You really should think about stopping and just stop playing. And at that point, I had been playing for probably like 3 or 4 years. I mean, I didn't grow up playing hockey like a lot of the people I'm playing against or anything like that. But the point being is I was like, why? I was like, to me, it's if I was that good at this, I wouldn't be playing here. I would go professional. And B, it's not a challenge, so it wouldn't be as much fun. Like that's part of the fun is failing at the things that you're doing, because those are where the lessons come from, right?
Yeah.
When you win at everything, what unless you were like super like you're analytical in what is going on around you, you're never going to stop and pause and be like, I wonder why that really worked. Was it me, or was it like the boatload of money that like my family gave me to make it work? To make it a thing. You just don't know these things,
This comes up in fishing all the time, Jim.
For $1 million. Like it just happens.
This is like the most common fishing thing we see. So there are places you can fish where you can catch 100 fish in 2 hours. And then people go, yeah, that's nice, but I'm going to go fly fishing in a remote trout stream and try to find the hardest fish to catch with the weirdest looking fly and make the challenge out of the same sport. So you can get the easy way or you can get the ways that force you to fail more and challenge yourself more, and then you get actual skills. Failing is where skills come from. It's no one's born good at stuff.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. So, all right. So I gotta give this shout out because this episode is brought to you by Podbean Live. Podbean's live stream is a unique platform for turning your podcast production into a live show, and it's open to any podcaster on any hosting site. Easily invite multiple co-hosts and guests to join the live stream, earn money from live show ticket sales, and get listener rewards, and engage your audience in new and exciting ways. Ready to get started? Clay, you ready to get started?
Oh, damn right.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're
right? You're right.
Yeah. So I'm ready to get started. Sign up today at www.podbean.com/live. That's podbean.com/live. Again, I want to apologize for not having all the speakers lined up for September. But
dare you?
I know this thing that has got me. I don't even know if we're gonna have a in-person event in September, but I hope we do. I'm still somewhat hopeful, even though it's kind of naive at this point, but we'll see. Next week's guest is Tim Bryan. I love Tim, and I'm so glad that
I don't like that guy. I don't want him on. He's not welcome.
No.
I'm
Tim
just kidding. I like Tim.
Tim is awesome.
I'm just jealous of someone else that you like. That's all.
Jealous of someone else. Oh, that isn't you?
Yeah, I'm like, oh well, you can't like two guys. I'm your man. You love
Clay,
me.
Clay, you are, and we're gonna talk about getting on Good Day Philadelphia after this. All right, bro. Everybody have a great, safe week. I hope you and your families continue to stay safe, continue to be able to get food, and continue to be able to live some kind of life. I guess this is what it is, and
hope you're eating food.
Like, Clay, we're really lucky, right? Because we're not in our like 80s or 90s where it's like, how many more Easters are we gonna get, right? How many more days with the whole family are we gonna get? And we're literally being stripped of that time now. Yeah, it really stinks. And
it does, but I get a lot of time with my family that I never had before. Like my daughters and we're baking together every day. We are walking together every day. I'm spending time with my kids I've never thought I'd get. So it's a lot of. I'm being given a gift in a lot of ways.
That is awesome, and I have too, because my son actually calls for me now instead of just mommy.
So, like, I'm working. I'm working in the basement.
Anita, you were
video games.
Joining us. All right. With that said, I got to get me some outro music and intro music for this show finally, after like, I don't know, 4 years of doing this show, not having any, because it was just easier to not have any of that. So I gotta pick some. Like, I got my super Joe Pardo show intro here that I could play, which I still love, and now I can actually do it live. Like, yeah. All right, everybody, we're out of here. See you next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, here on the Indie Pod podcast.
Awesome.